We have reached the breaking point. Over the last 2 episodes, I didn't come on here and just give you generic relationship theory. I took the mask completely off. I exposed my own trauma responses. I stood up here and admitted to the world how my unhealed fear of abandonment, my PTSD, my borderline personality disorder, what it did, it cost me completely everything. I told you about the disgrace of losing my beautiful lakefront condo. I told you about watching the tow truck pull away with my cars, having 3 vehicles repossessed in a massive 9-month financial freefall off the cliff. And why? Because I was subsidizing the chaotic, entitled, vice-driven lifestyles of the women I moved into my house. I was playing Captain Saver to roommates who were treating my life's work like a personal ATM. And the response from you guys was staggering. You didn't just watch the videos. You flooded the comments on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and you filled my DMs with your own agonizing horror stories. I spent hours reading messages from men who are grinding 50, 60 hours a week, only to come home to a sanctuary that has been completely hijacked by someone else's clutter and entitlement. But the number one question hitting my inbox right now isn't about my past. It's about your present. The messages all sound exactly the same. Marcus, I am in this trap right now. I am literally watching your video while sitting on my own couch because I got pushed out of my own bedroom. My bank accounts are drained. My peace is non-existent. I am a hostage in a house that I paid for. How do I get out of this without completely losing my mind? Well, you asked for the way out. So today, I'm going to give it to you.
Welcome to the Transform You live show.
I want to welcome you to the finale of the brutal truth about shacking up. Today isn't about admiring the problem anymore. Today, I am giving you the exact step-by-step tactical extraction plan. We are going to dismantle the sunk cost fallacy, and that sunk cost fallacy is keeping you paralyzed and terrified to break your lease. We are going to break down exactly how to physically and mentally evict the chaos from your life. And most importantly, we are going to establish how setting a ruthless, unapologetic perimeter is the absolute only way you will ever build a relationship that actually honors God and protects your legacy. Turn off your distractions. I want you to lock in. I want you to ask yourself a very hard question right now, because I'm wondering myself, why are you still there? If the environment is toxic, if your bank account is bleeding, and if your peace is completely gone, what is keeping you anchored to that mattress? And it is the most dangerous trap a provider can fall into. You sit there on the couch and your brain starts doing the math with your misery. Yes. You look at 2 years, 3 years, maybe 5 years you spent together. You look at the lease you co-signed. You look at the thousands of dollars you dropped on that custom living room furniture. You think about the routine, the shared friends, and the sheer logical nightmare of packing up boxes. And your brain, my friend, it tells you that I have invested too much time. It's giving you a massive lie. I have invested too much time, too much money, and too much of my soul just to walk away. If I leave, I fail. If I leave, it was all a waste. I heard it all before because I have said it myself. And I want you to listen to me closely. I need you to hear this in your spirit. Stay in a burning house just because you help paint the walls is exactly how you end up in the ashes. You are letting your past investments dictate your future destruction. As man, we are wired with this savior complex. We think if we just work a little bit more harder, if we just provide a little bit more, if we just endure a little bit longer, we can fix the environment. But you cannot outlove someone else's unhealed vices. You cannot outwork their trauma. And you absolutely cannot negotiate with a roommate who looks at your hard-earned bank account and then feels entitled to it. We don't negotiate with terrorists. You are trying to build a covenant with someone who is treating your life like an all-expense paid vacation. So, how do we execute the extraction? First step to your escape plan is not packing the bag. Okay, that's going to come. The first step, my friend, is brutal. Transformers. It's brutal, unapologetic financial and mental audit. Starting today, the lifestyle subsidization ends. It ends. You have to systematically cut off the funding to their chaos. Separate the accounts immediately. You stop paying for the hair. You stop paying for the nails. You stop funding the casino runs, the bar tabs, the weed habits, and the sheer ungrateful excess. You take your money and you redirect it back into your business, your legacy, and your actual survival. And let me warn you about what is going to happen the exact second that you do this. When you shut down the ATM, they are going to lose their minds. They will call you selfish. They will tell you that you change. They will try to manipulate your guilt because the free ride is over. But that is exactly what you want to happen. Let me tell you why. Come closer. Because when you cut off the fun into their chaos, the mask finally falls off. You will immediately see the terrifying truth. You will see who was actually there for you and who was only ever there for the utility of you. Yes. Once you see that reality, packing your boxes becomes the easiest thing you have ever done. And I'm going to be completely honest with you about what happens next. Let me let that sink in for a bit. Moving out or handing them the boxes and moving them out, because that can happen too. I don't want you to think that it's going to be or feel like a victory parade right away. Okay? In fact, it is going to trigger every single abandonment wound you have ever carried. The silence of that apartment on the first night is going to be deafening, my friends. Transformers, it's going to feel like a massive withdrawal because you are breaking that trauma bond. No, you heard of that before. It's going to be agonizing for a minute. Your brain is going to scream at you, shout at you, to text them, to let them back in, just to stop the discomfort of being alone. But listen to me. That temporary pain is the exact price of admission for your long-term peace. You have to walk through the fire. You have to walk through the fire. Because when you finally adopt the living apart model, or when you simply enforce a strict, ironclad physical boundary around your sanctuary, the entire dynamics, they tend to shift. You force the relationship to survive on actual, intentional connection. You aren't just tolerating each other because of the convenience of proximity. You actually have to choose to see each other. You gotta make appointments. You gotta schedule all that stuff. You just can't, we ain't just doing this every day. No, baby. The turning point for me, on a more serious note, it wasn't just about my bank account. It was the mirror in my house. I had to look at my 7 kids and realize the absolute undeniable standard I was setting for them every single day. By allowing chaos in my home, I was teaching my sons and my daughters that love, and love with air quotes, meant shrinking yourself. I was teaching them that it is normal to accept financial abuse and emotional manipulation just to keep someone around. That broke me. It hurt me. I realized I was passing down a generational curse of codependency. The exact moment I established my perimeter and reclaimed my physical space, my entire life multiplied. It wasn't a slow progression. No, it was an explosion. Without the constant drain, my media business started to grow. And for the first time in years, my nervous system finally regulated. I could sleep at night. My credit recovered. But more importantly than all the money in the business, protecting my peace created the space to attract a partner who actually respected. And because of that, me and the love of my life, we're going to be preparing for our wedding very soon. And let me tell you the night and day difference, right? I want you to think about it. The night and day difference here is that this covenant that we are building is not built on a trauma bond. It is not built on a desperate, fearful need to split the rent just to survive the month. We are two whole, healed individuals operating from a place of peace, building a legacy. When you finally stop playing house with unhealed people, God does something incredible. God gives you the physical and spiritual clarity to build a kingdom with the right one, not the wrong one, the right. He gives you the clarity to protect your perimeter. I need you to understand, Transformers, the spiritual magnitude of what we are talking about here. This isn't just about who buys the groceries, who left their shoes in the hallway, or who pays the light bill. This is about your calling. All about it. You cannot and you will not fulfill your God-given purpose while you are actively suffocating in your own home. As a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a man trying to break those generational curses, Your home is supposed to be your staging ground. It is the sanctuary where you retreat from the world, where you regulate your nervous system, where you strategize the next move, and where you actually have the quiet to hear from God. Yes, yes, this is true. But when you move unhealed chaos into your physical space, you turn your staging ground into a battlefield. And instead of waking up ready to conquer your mission and build your empire, you are waking up exhausted, fighting just for the right to breathe in your own living room. Imagine that. Imagine it. You are operating in a constant state of hypervigilance. I know exactly what that looks like. I know what it feels like to pull into your own driveway after a brutal, grinding workday, turn off the ignition, and just sit in your car in the dark for 20 minutes because you are absolutely terrified to walk through your own front door. You are dreading the argument. You are dreading the heavy, toxic energy waiting for you on the other side of that wood. If you are watching this right now and you just felt a knot in your stomach because you know deep down that your environment is completely compromised, consider this, my transformer, my friend, my brethren. This is your official wake up call. You hear that? The alarm is sounding off. It is time to stop negotiating your boundaries with people who do not respect your peace. And I know exactly what the excuse is going to be. I know. Kiss, I can't just leave. The lease isn't up for another 6 months. I'll lose my security deposit. It's going to cost thousands of dollars to break the contract. Listen to me. I'm going to make this clear. You got to take the hit. Take the hit. Okay? Take it. Take the temporary financial hit to break the lease if you have to. Pay the penalty. Rent the U-Haul today. I'm telling you right now, go sleep in a tiny, cramped, one bedroom apartment with absolutely nothing but a mattress on the floor. If it means you finally get to sleep in absolute peace. Downgrading your square footage to upgrade your mental health is the greatest return on investment you will ever make in your entire life. See, you can always recover your money. You can rebuild your credit score. You can sign a new lease and you can buy new furniture. Money is renewable. It's a renewable resource you can get. You can get it. But you cannot recover the years of your life that you sacrifice trying to manage someone else's dysfunction. You cannot get back the time you spent shrinking yourself to keep the peace with a roommate who was draining your soul. How does that sound? Your purpose is too important to be paralyzed by a bad roommate. Protect your staging ground. Evict the chaos. You survived the trauma. You see the trap? Now it is time to command your field. Stop letting your lived experiences go to waste. If you are ready to turn your gritty truth into an undeniable platform, click the link in the description to join the Transform Your Media Network News Contributor Network today. And you know what else? The Authority Launchpad is waiting for you. It's time to reclaim your space, reclaim your voice, and bypass all of the gatekeepers. And if you have enjoyed this video, do another favor for me. Subscribe to it if you're not subscribed. Hit me with a like, hit me with a comment. I wanna hear those comments. I wanna know what they are. I want to read and give you some type of value in return. So, with that all being said, inspire, ignite, and transform. Many blessings, peace, and lots of love. I'm out. Turn off your distractions. Lock in.